I like what Ed's mentioned, although that's gonna open up a door of discriminating, and that could be something that would be noticed and hung as high with the public. I understand what you're saying, because case by case, you can say, okay, this is appropriate here, go ahead and stand behind this, but then when that gets used and say, hey, this was used for so-and-so, I'd like to go ahead and follow through with that same procedure, and that case doesn't check all the marks. What's our attorney have to say?
You gotta treat all the employees the same. You can't, because then who determines who's the final gatekeeper? And it's gonna look like you're treating different people differently, and that's not good for your lawsuit potential.
So does that pertain, so when it says in the handbook that it states something, and then under it says up to the department head, how does that work then?
Well, I think he's talking about the general
I know,
policy.
but so, he is, but then how does that work where certain things in there say something, and then right under it says up to the discretion of the department head?
Well, I'm not
How
sure
does that?
the specifics you're talking about.
No, there is just certain things in there where it says that, and then under it says up to the department head,
Okay.
the discretion of the department head.
Well, the issue there is because you're an elected official, you're not an county employee, well, you're not our employee. So then you could be potentially liable for treating your employees differently than, so you treated one way and one the other way. And you might be liable at that point. It wouldn't be us necessarily, I guess, but.
And I think, I don't know which one you're talking about, but I think some of that was put in there because every office is a little bit different. You know, the assessor's office has different things they do, you have different things you do, like with election. And so there's certain things that possibly has to be more up to the department head because every office is a little bit different. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. But I think in this is like a general thing as far as vacation, and I think that was put in there to keep us from having people build up their vacation, and then when they retire or quit, we had this huge payout that wasn't scheduled or budgeted for. So I think that was the good reason to do it,
yeah.
But now we've got a problem on the other side.
You got a guy, and he told me this too, and I've had discussions with him about it, that says, I don't want to go anywhere in the winter, I want to go somewhere in the summer, and I can't. He said, yeah, so I see where it's kind of a pickle. But I don't know how we.
This is Jeannie. Can I address the commission?
What the heck is that?
Yeah.
The very black clause on this window.
Yes.
No, I asked Mike, and we were trying to figure out what the handbook discussion was today, and we didn't necessarily know what you guys were looking at specifically. So I guess what I would suggest is I'd like to go back and look at the vacation. Are you guys just talking the vacation section? Is that the only section you're concerned about, or are there others? Because I'd like to look at it, review it. I don't recall what we had in there at this point, and then we can make some suggestions for you guys at the next meeting.
That'd be great, but it is vacation.
And then the other one, it's like, back when COVID, everybody worked remotely from home. Those days are pretty well past, the working from home and remotely. That's, people are asking like, why are people not working here in our county? But, they're county employees, but they're not working in our county. COVID is done past, that was a fad that happened, but now that's getting to be pretty scarce now anymore that people work remotely, other than like it's contractors or something. Like we have Drew and Jeannie, they're contracted out, basically subcontractors of ours.
Well, I'm not a subcontractor. You're talking about me in relation to Jeannie?
Jeannie
I'm not a subcontractor. I'm an employee.
Jeannie Wayland. Jeannie. Two different Jeannies.
Jeannie Wayland.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out. Okay. That's what I was asking. Is there another one? All right. Well, so I guess if you guys are okay with it, I'd like to look at the vacation section, see what we have, and then come back at the next meeting and make some suggestions for you guys. I mean, I think the thought is typically employees are supposed to use their vacation, but I think there are situations where the supervisors can approve that it go longer because of a special situation. So, you might be shorthanded in one department and maybe somebody had to work extra because you guys were shorthanded, and so they haven't had a opportunity to use that vacation, and so their supervisor may say, okay, I recognize that we've been busy, so I'm gonna allow you to go, a couple weeks or a couple months out so you can use that. So let me look at it to see specifically what it says, and maybe we can come back and try to address your guys' concerns once we have a chance to look at it. Would that work?
Yep. That'd be helpful.
Okay. Yeah, I think if you guys can just give us a heads up before a meeting, if there's a specific topic you're wondering about, then we can have a chance to look at it before the meeting and give our input at the meeting rather than kind of postponing it. So, but no, I think we can do that for the next meeting if that works for you.
Thank you, Jeannie.
Yep.
Ted, you ready? For discussion about your easement issues?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, ma'am.
directly, I don't have much to do, and I was not here when my husband came in on this board, to this board, and had a discussion concerning County Road 1. So I am going to recuse myself, and I'm going to remove myself from the room.
Thank you.
With the purpose of, I want no undue influence on, not that I have any influence on my husband. But I would appreciate if somebody would, because I was not here and I don't want to be immersed, I would ask for, to be recused.
Dave?
I think the assessor has it on in their room, if not looking.
I don't, not even want to listen.
Oh.
Thanks, Marty.
So would somebody text me?
Where you going?
I'll step out of the building so I can't hear, and if any of these M&Ms are gone. Okay.
Okay.
I'll take the, I know, how's that, you can't only, whoa. Geez,
Really doesn't.
they're peanut butter and jelly.
That's just
They kind of are.
So, several months ago, I thought we kind of had this nailed out. Or not several months ago, last
It was
year.
Seems like
I thought we finally had it, like,
They're going over widths and
yeah. We had it drawn
Well,
out.
it's supposed to be surveyed.
Yeah,
Does anybody know anything?
well, for you guys' review, I did draft it. Jim looked at it, says it looks fine. And he came in yesterday and helped me to discuss this with me, because he has the road knowledge better than I do. This is a draft. But we need to insert the legal description first. We have been in contact with the surveyors. I don't know, Mr. Urban, if you want to take a look.
I have not seen you. November 7th, but when, that'll get down.
Okay.
So excuse me, the surveyor didn't survey. We found that out yesterday, right? What did they do? They looked at records to determine he didn't need a survey. So they looked at the records to determine he didn't need a survey. We just need to make it smaller. But I'm not sure why we had to pay that much for that. But that's a different discussion, I guess. So this is where we're at.
So we didn't have a survey, but we paid them?
She told me they were going to.
So we didn't pay anybody then for something that didn't happen?
We got a bill, it doesn't indicate that they surveyed on it, we paid for 2 surveyors. And they didn't survey, so I guess we paid 2 surveyors to do road research.
Because it doesn't need survey, because it's an existing easement, we're just making it smaller. So, yeah.
Go ahead, Tim.
Mr. Chairman, I think we're talking about 2 different things here. First of all, where you need the easement is at the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And the minutes, I think we spelled it out very clearly that we think that you need the 250 feet there for a certain length, whatever that is from the bridge, railroad property to the intersection or thereabouts. Don't know what that is. And if I'm looking, just glance at 60 feet, you agreed, wanted 100 feet. And I think you can't live with 60 feet on that road to maintain that road.
I thought that's what we,
I thought we spelled it out.
You know, and it says 60 feet here, there's no way in the world that 60 feet is going to, in my mind, for the preservation of the road and the people of the county, that 100 feet is much more of what would be necessary. Now, I'm not trying to give anything away, but I'm trying to talk common sense here.
Well, yeah, that's probably a slip up on my part when I proofread my time. I apologize for that.
Well, that's all
I
right.
think we did agree on 100 foot, but there also is a stipulation in here that we have
right,
so much feet from the end of each culvert and so on.
for our,
And it's, you know, and
I agree, but that's not anything what we talked about. You know, and if you want to change your mind, I'm all for willing to change your mind, or listen to what your changes were. This looks like nothing
I
of
have a
what
little different. I'll go print
Jimmy, you
it
don't happen to have a copy of that,
minutes.
not the minutes, it was a piece of
The
paper
map.
that,
I took them, I basically had a map, so we drew on that map what we wanted.
I have a copy of it.
yes. Somewhere in there.
Yes.
Oh, right here.
A and B and C.
It's right here in the minutes. Ted Whitman came before the board, letting them know that Attorney Stolken needs direction from the board on how to move forward with the old highway easement. Mr. Todd explained that an easement for Mr. Irvin is needed and then filed for the last 300 yards by the bridge on Old Highway 85. Commissioner Todd added that the fencing and surveying issues will also need to be discussed, and Superintendent Hanson would like to add a 100-foot wide repair easement clause into the agreement. Commissioner Todd started a motion and then retracted his motion. Commissioner Wagner moved to authorize the attorney to work with Mr. Ertman for an easement approximately 300 yards long, 250 foot wide from the railroad bridge going southwest to tie up to where the current right-of-way is that is 250 foot wide. We will reduce the 250 foot wide right-of-way to 100 foot right-of-way. To tie up to where the current right-of-way is that is 250 foot wide. We will reduce the 250 foot wide right-of-way to 100 foot right-of-way with an additional 75 foot construction easement on the edge to the distance of the highway right-of-way fence, with all survey costs and fencing incurred by the county. Seconded by Commissioner Todd. Discussion ensued.
Here's a copy of this, Michael, can you create something up with what she just read?
Yeah.
That's where we were at, and I think if you're okay with that, Jim,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and I think at the time frame, you were okay with that, right, Ted?
I believe I'm still, I'm trying to give, once again, the paperwork for this easement cannot be found.
Yeah.
All I want is another easement made up, because I believe that the bridge is important to the public. And I believe that you need 250 feet at that bridge area for the construction and maintenance of that bridge. And not only does this possibly take a few acres off the tax rolls, I will give you the use of those 2-3 acres, whatever that amounts to. That amounts to half an acre, but at the same time, you have the paperwork to go ahead and complete your bridge project any time of that.
And I know I did this at UT Tech when we started this. And they have that project out there, replace the bridge, make sure we got room for the staging area. And I think you were agreeable to that, weren't you, Ben?
Yes. I think, that 250 feet is gonna allow.
Yeah, I don't know how much, Scott.
But I was never contacted by anybody from the attorney's office when this agreement was apparently wrote.
That is just a draft right now, so.
Well, I understand that, but as of our last meeting on the 11th, or in November, if I remember right, I was introduced to you, we stood up, we shook hands, we both agreed if you needed anything or some help so that we didn't fumble back and forth, that I was available for conversation. That's, along the lines of what the commissioners were thinking.
Well, I'll take 50% word for that because you wrote the map to me.
Yeah.
I did not forward it on to Mike, so that's on me.
So with that map and what Becky read out of the minutes, I think you can create probably what you need to create, can't you?
Yeah.
I can give you copies of both.
Huh?
I can give you copies of both.
Yeah, sure, whatever works. I'm sure Jim, I can get it from Jim too. But did I hear something that you said that the easement needs to be created? You can't, or did I just miss it?
Yeah, the easement right at the bridge.
Right here.
At the bridge, okay.
It shows that it's Ertman's property and there's no easement.
Oh, okay, I got you. I misunderstood what he was saying.
I don't know whether you're familiar, just a few miles,
Yeah.
3-4 miles.
Yeah, there is.
What it shows from all the mapping,
Now, this has all got easement
this
out there.
section,
But that
which crosses the
He's
road,
missing, the state doesn't have that.
There's no easement.
Oh, it's just the document's not there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not.
or documents not be found.
No record
No.
to be found.
And it's not found at the state, not found here, and everybody's looked for it. So I was wanting to give you an easement to the bridge,
Okay.
so that you can do and give you the land to use.
Okay.
That's, now, the other part of it, and if you don't have to consider it, it was the narrowing of the other piece, in which we can handle that later.
Which I think we did here from
Yeah.
200 foot right away. Yeah, I think we need the easement and then we need this created of the narrowing of the rest of the remaining road. With the 75 foot construction easement. And then we talked about piggybacking on a highway department whenever they come and do a fence replacement somewhere up at this part of the world. We get them to fence it. On what's supposed to be fenced.
Now, in a portion of the 250, there's already a fence there already. It's fenced out.
Okay. Does it need replacement? Does it need?
All that fence is pretty bad shape, but it'll hold what I put in there. A few bowls.
What is the statute on that as far as when is the county responsible for maintenance alongside a county road when it's fenced out of, it's the landowners?
I think it's up to the county, but where this is an old highway easement, and you took quick claim deed, it says right in their quick claim deed that you will be responsible, the county, because they took the quick claim deed, and they took the responsibility of what the highway's responsibility was, which was to be able to maintain the fence.
That rings right. And we've discussed using county road funds for that.
It would be eligible in the county road funds for the fencing and or surveying.
As long as we've got your easement.
Well, I don't know, and I'm not a surveyor. Have difficulty reading some of that because I don't know 151 feet beyond mile on a lateral curve of X, Y, Z over 2. I don't know what any of that means, but I don't know how I can give you an easement without some kind of legal description. You know, if there's any way to do it, I'm for the county not spending money.
That was my assumption, that's what the surveyors were supposed to be doing, is figuring out where that was at. You call,
I think it was two different things. The surveyors are not work for the bridge, or for the state project that we already signed. But you guys already signed that. For the railroads.
does it show it as though it's surveyed back here in the book? Because that's why it's always stayed on the county.
Probably should have surveyed it to make sure we were correct. I think they found out that at very some of the road is not where it was supposed to be. Wrong with that. That one corner was a little off on the right away.
I think there's two different things going on. The surveyor thought was for the
They were
Burlington
supposed to
Northern
survey
Bridge.
for the east.
Commissioner Todd, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
This is Brooke. I talked to Callie yesterday, before Callie, and she's one of the surveying people that went out. She told me that there was no need for a survey to be done because she found all the records at the post office, which she gave us copies of, which we have. I think we were not sure, we thought we were going from the current easement to smaller, just the smaller easement, but all the documents they found. So Callie told us there was no need for any survey.
Okay. So if you have the documents and with what the board did in November, we should be able to create these easements, right?
I think we need to look at all these, make sure that we do in fact have everything Callie's saying we have, which she's provided copies of, and be able to give you a better answer after that. But what we thought we were doing and what we are supposed to do are two different things. So we need to go back and make sure that we have what Callie's saying we have.
Yeah. Well, if you can go through it, that'd be wonderful. And
A copy of this to Michael's office too, so they can actually see where we're pretty sure there is no easement.
Well, the assessor's office.
The assessor's office and the state officer, they've been in contact with.
Yeah,
I'm not putting words in the assessors. But up until this point, the assessor's office has no records recorded showing an easement there.
from point A to point B.
From point A to point B.
Yeah.
And this is the records that she looked at. Way back when. How this was brought up was DOT come to me and said we needed that easement for the other side of the road. What we found was when the old Highway 85 was built, they split that property on the other side from where my house is. And I've been paying taxes on 52 acres over there for 60 years that had been sold. But it had never, the paperwork is here at the courthouse, but it had never been taken off. So you guys gave me 5 years back, I think 5 years taxes back, $9 or something. And this brought this to light that, okay, here's another piece. That's not.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. So that kind of brought this to light, to my attention, that why isn't this, there should be an easement on this from someplace. And nobody seems to can find it. All I'm trying, if there's double easement, so what? There's, at least we got the paperwork straightened up showing that you have the easement. If it can't be found, it can't be, the old one can't. And if it's there, it's there. I have no problem with that. I'm just trying to get the record straight so that maybe it comes off my taxes or.
yeah. All right,
So.
I think we can move forward maybe with that, Brooklyn, with what you got.
Yeah, if Becky can send the minutes to us so we have a copy of what was actually asked to be done, that'd be great. And then we can work through all these documents that they sent to us and figure out if we do need the survey or not.
Yep,
Thank you.
welcome.
Good, thanks for coming in.
Okay,
Just trying to tie up some loose ends.
looking at this agreement, if I may, 30 seconds, Mr. Chairman. I had seen that, what you guys have discussed. My wife is not an owner on this property. Marty is not connected to this party. That's just my name on this piece of property. Of course, it's 60 feet wide. I'm not sure the northwest quarters of section 10 is that, if that is a correct, I'm thinking northwest of southeast might be more correct. Quarter, not sure, not a surveyor. And did not see an exhibit A that was mentioned in the agreement. We're not asking for any cattle guards. It says that I shall pay for all the cattle guards installed. If the case was for a new cattle guard there, I thought you asked most landowners to pay for half. You know, I'm not, a cattle guard makes no sense there. And of course the fencing. Yep.
The new store. This is the one-stop shop. We have a pharmacy. We have a bootlegger's liquor. The deli, the food that you can get at a lunchtime is so amazing. The coffee shop. Certain Friday mornings, there's 30 people sitting here in all these chairs. This is the hub for people to come and visit, have their coffee, have their donuts. It's amazing what this area has done. Totally amazing.
Hopefully we'll have a better handle on it in 2 weeks.
Well, in 2 weeks,
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
can I come back in 2 weeks then?
I would hope so,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's been almost a year now.
I know.
We'll be in Upton.
2 weeks will be up.
You'll probably make an appearance. She's got donuts. Or bake. Or bake.
Yeah.
I think I prefer the donuts.
Me too.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ted.
Thank you. And if you need, give me a holler, we'll try to set up a time that's good for you.
Thanks for your patience.
I don't know, I was wondering.
I'll run and get Marty.
I'm not gonna be here.
I'm not gonna be here. Let's just reschedule.
I got the
What are you doing?
certified.
You put that on.
See you, Ted.
We'll see you.
Thank
You
you.
guys have a good day. I don't envy you.
I'll let you know.
What's that, Jim?
Okay, we'll do it in a different time. I'll let you know.
Take a week off.
Okay, we'll call Marty.
Walter's dinner.
Oh, I missed that memo. Oh, shoot, no.
Oh, that was hilarious.
You would not believe what you just agreed to.
I don't know, but I just watched this Suburban try to fail in the park and I pulled all the way onto the sidewalk in front of the post office. A Suburban, it's not an electric car.
They didn't hit anything.
No, but I thought, oh, this command, somebody only left a space, like, just enough to fit in. So he pulls up on the sidewalk. Like, oh God, I don't love the sidewalk. Okay, whatever. Only in America, right?
You will consider anybody not.
They're having a lot of fun out there. The screaming is,
I know.
Kim's down there.
She's taking pictures, but she can't get video.
Oh,
You having fun?
They have a phone party down there. I was gonna join in, but
But her clothes were clean enough.
my clothes were clean enough.
You guys will be back in a couple seconds, I think. Yeah.
I'm just running in circles on that thing.
It's a cute little boy.
It's warm in here.
So lost.
Really?
Oh, I don't notice a thing.
It was. Bring my parka.
I try to do as little reading as possible, starting on this budget discussion, but I've heard a lot of things, and I've seen a couple things of some accusations that I'm not 100% thrilled with, but that potentially we're hiding money, or money's missing, or something to that effect. But anybody on the screen can't see this, but right here on the budget sheet, worksheet, we have details of reserve funds. Right there, on this budget worksheet, is details of the reserve funds. If you add up details of reserve funds to total cash available for budget, you come out with the $18 million once you subtract the couple little things on there. It's all there, it's black and white. What this is and this is not Becky's doing. In the past several years, we put out budgets where we've added that to the top line item, and it almost looks like we have double the money than we actually have when you see that. Because you see it here in that black inked in area, and then you also see it up here in the general county. So it was just confusing, and going back to a Paulette Thompson style budget worksheet made more sense to me to show it as reserves and then this year's needs in that main line item. So I don't know if anybody else wants to address it, but it's all there if you do the arithmetic. Yes, here.
It's pretty simple, but I was thinking maybe it'd be easier for people to see if we put a box around it, or, and put a total at the bottom. And then over where in the box that's there, it talks about the cash reserves, and gives a good explanation, I think, of it. But maybe just box that out with a total, people can see it easier.
And maybe change the color.
Yes, maybe change the color, but something that makes it just separates it out just a little bit more so people can see it easier. Then that wouldn't be as hard to miss.
One more thing before, the other problem too is we were reached out to in a mass email sent to every one of us to answer to this. And I'm not in the business of getting involved with anywhere near where I might be in a discussion involving county business on a mass email involving all recipients of the county. People have my phone number, if they're more than welcome to call me. And I will answer them happily. Marty.
I didn't necessarily always understand where the confusion was, but then I did read an article, and what I got from the article is that there were two separate funds, that we had reserve funds and then we had this investment fund. Those are one and the same. And I went back and I listened to the discussion that we had, and we talked about the reserve funds and how they were invested. If the question should be, if there should have been a question then, but in conversations looking back, there were statements that were made, and I should have picked up on it, that we had all this money and we, invested. Well, we do invest the money, because where else is it going to be? We just don't have it sitting, she doesn't have a vault in there, and the idea is that we invest it to earn some interest. And so by law, by statute, we have to ask the treasurer to bring us an investment strategy, and that's what we asked her to do. And so when we ask, we are not treasurers, we are not in that office all the time, so we ask her. And sometimes we get frustrated and confused too. But that's where we are, is to ask where it is, what's going on, how do we get to it, do all that. But there are not two separate funds. When you add the 8.5 to our cash, total cash available for budget, you get 13.3, it's not that far. But when you put it in, you have to take it out. And just as you said, then it looks like the expenditures are that too, and they're not. What happened several years ago, for several years, the reserves were never put into this budget. They were in the A1 and the A3 and the Exhibit A, the book that we have, and you could come at any time and look at that. So when a new clerk came through, not necessarily the clerk we have now, it was decided by the board to put it in there with this explanation. So this board chose, it looks interesting, so we moved it differently. Nothing got hidden, it's right here, right on this piece of paper.
And I might add, was discussed during a budget meeting, open to the public, that we were going to this new style look that was not done, hidden in a closet by anybody. I mean, I don't know.
The money that we have is right here.
And it still also needs noted that a lot of that money is encumbered. It's not, like, for instance, there was $4 million for a dump project that was on there a couple years ago that is now gone. Of grant money, airport grant money is on here. County road funds that show on here that we can't use for other things, so it's just come and ask, I guess. I want to be as open as possible. I don't want to answer to a mass email and stick anybody's neck out there, and I'm proud of this board for not answering to that. I think it needs to be an open session, so.
On that note, can you guys sign me books?
Yeah.
No, you have to sign them all.
Excuse me.
I guess, and I'm okay with Vera's suggestion too. I think that'd be great. Put it in red or something.
Yeah.
And a little bit of math, and you get the right solution.
There's 2 spots to sign.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
And when this came up, I looked at some other counties, how they have their numbers. You know, everybody puts their numbers differently, everybody uses a different form. And some of them, I couldn't find any reserve accounts noted publicly. But I thought it was interesting that everybody used a different form, and I actually think that our form is easier to understand than a lot of them that I looked up for different counties, so.
It's really confusing, some of them that you look at.
You know, about the reserves, I mean, I like ours, it's pretty transparent. You can see right on that page what we actually have for reserves.
Do you have hope? Do you have faith for Weston County and for education in Weston County? Do you feel good about the future here?
Yes, generally. I think we have some major challenges.
Mhm.
And some of those we have, not we as such in Weston County, but some of us, the people in the state of Wyoming, have brought on ourselves a little bit. The big majority of us, think it's important not to overspend.
Mm-hmm.
But we've salted away an awful lot of money in the state of Wyoming. And at a time when perhaps we needed to do some work on swimming pools and on schools and on city streets and city sewer and city dumps.
Reserves, I mean, I like ours, it's pretty transparent. You can see right on that page what we actually have for reserves.
So,
Chairman,
yes, sir. Nick?
this is Nick, both the Weston County said. I just want to clarify, were these accusations published?
I was told a lot of things, and I don't know what was published, to be honest with you, Nick. I've made a point of stopping reading newspapers for the most part, or Facebook. I'm not on Facebook. But what I gather, some of it was published.
Okay.
There's just one place to sign it.
Two,
Oh, for the love of pizza.
on both.
You have two tabs. That's ridiculous. You have two tabs.
It's really hard to sign the second one, because you got a big lump here. Sign it out.
You want these back, Garrett?
Yes, please.
Lumpy.
You're slunking. What's slunking mean?
Then I'll come down there and then you can pass them out.
Garrett didn't
I
sign
did.
them.
I got,
Garrett didn't sign them.
you were doing
I don't agree to those
so
two.
well.
You don't agree with those
No,
things?
no.
He used to always put stuff
How
back.
do you know these are two different tabs? I mean, they're same color.
They're two different
Well, it's two
spots.
tabs, can't you count? Oh, wait. You misplaced 18 million or whatever it was.
No, 8.
8 million? Oh, the story is better than that.
Well, I guess if you're gonna tell it, might as well tell it well. Go big or go home.
There we go.
That's a done one with your name on it.
Oh.
Chairman,
Yes,
It's a
sir.
funky chicken.
can you state who was the source of the mass email with all the commissioners included?
Alexis Barker, Newsletter Journal.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. All right, old business. MOU with,
We're still signing.
I don't know. Weston
In
County
both
Combined
places, I don't know.
Communications
Yeah,
Joint
no.
Powers Board, City of Newcastle, Weston County.
It's right there on top of my floor.
This is the one Michael got finished up
This
for.
one,
Mm-hmm.
they're dissolving. I better get to mine so it looks. It's gonna look bad looking. Garrett, you didn't sign this one.
I've got two of them. There you go, thanks.
Better be able to sign, because I'm
Marty,
pretty
you
good. I
didn't
can't
sign
remember
this
to sign
one.
them.
What the heck, I did too. Where did I
yours.
sign it at? I didn't have got to me, because look, there's no tabs.
I just took them off.
Oh, whatever.
You said it was done.
Sure. No, I said yours is,
Don't, whatever, me.
this says my name on it.
I
Where did I sign my own?
Yours.
Where did I sign my own?
You have to. I didn't sign it yet, Vera.
Did you sign mine?
I should have known. You didn't.
You know what? I know that you like that one. That was one of these peanut butter and jelly M&M's right up your nose.
Well, it's not Louisiana.
It must not be very bad.
Because I would have scarfed them.
Let's get rid of them.
They're really interesting. Not my choice. Next time I'll be a little more careful.
Michael, that looks good, thanks for getting that done.
Yep. Got the right board on there this time, right?
Yeah.
This is our official signing though.
Yeah, because I think.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're back in
All right. And a motion, the chairman, the board signature on the joint powers board, Newcastle, City of Newcastle and Weston County MOU that Michael created.
Someone,
Second.
Discussion?
thank you for doing this.
Yes. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next meeting is in October.
Yes.
It's abstract.
You just need to sign every step.
It's the chairman's signature on clerk's abstract.
Well, how do you know I got that one first time and the numbers matched? First time, which was 2019. Huh? Oh, yes. And there'll be more once they come in. Not everybody has gotten theirs. I'll have a pile of stuff for you. But I will email that over.
Yeah.
Susie said she's got to sign it too.
Yeah,
All right.
she does. But as soon as you can get that to me, that will.
So the ambulance service is wanting to meet with myself and one of the commissioners tomorrow. Is anyone available? I think it's 1:30 or 2. If not, they can reschedule. They're wanting to meet with the ambulance. Yeah.
What they're doing, starting, what did they say they're gonna do?
Oh,
Like an assessment.
needs assessment.
Yes.
Assessment.
Yes, that we discussed it last night.
But I told them I wouldn't have any idea, so they're wanting the commissioner to come with me.
I move to approve the chairman's signature on clerk's abstract.
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, guys. Public comment, is there any public comment?
What do you have to say, Denise?
Just a little quick, do you want me to look at those 1% contracts real quick too?
They're the same, exact same as last
I
year.
don't know if I've ever seen
Amount
them.
and everything.
Are they?
They're the same that have been since 2018.
Wouldn't hurt for you to look at them,
Yeah,
I can scan them and send them to
sure.
you, because there's a lot.
so you can just read, you know, if we're in.
The only one that you've ever looked at is the ambulance one,
Yeah.
because they had an issue with it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right, no public comment, commissioner comment, Mrs. Urban.
Yes. Last night, while not well attended, we did have our EMS district, little meeting. The wind was howling, it was headed outside, but we did get inside of the building and Walter did film it. There were very good questions asked. There were, good answers. And I think that, it will be a good asset. There's also video out there, that, who did he say put it out? The
I
oil
believe
business?
I believe so. And I haven't checked my email. Hopefully I will be able to include that in when I put that video together. But I have to actually get permission to do that because it is of another source. But, it was a very good video too, so.
I can't remember who actually put it out, but it's a very good video. It's a couple minutes long, but explaining how EMS services are not essential, therefore there's no funding from the state. And that, I think people need to know that it's just not like a fire department or police department. There just isn't a funding mechanism. And so it was very good, very informative, including Newcastle in there. But I thank Walter for filming it because I think we've got some good questions out. And I think when those go out, people may have more questions, but I would urge them to go on Monday to Upton when we have the Upton one if they have more questions.
Very, very good.
No comment today.
Well, the fair went over pretty well. We got asked to pull some rigging off from the little bronc rides that they had out there. There were some pretty rank ones, actually. A couple of them came walking out, but the other ones they were surprised, I think. But I thought it was a good drink.
Cool. You got anything?
Yeah, going back to last night, everything with Brad, with the ambulance service. Yeah, I mean, it opened my eyes a lot too. There is some counties in the state that do not have 911 ambulance service. I mean, so we're very fortunate to have Kent County working with us, that we actually have a 911 ambulance here. Some of the counties don't have that.
Yeah. That surprised me too.
On another note, if anybody's been paying attention, stuff that's been coming out, I don't know, it's not coming out of Secretary of State's office, but how, I guess Chuck Gray, how they're wanting to go after Becky still on what's going on the election, and I guess, I'd like on record, did Clerk Hadlock have any, criminal intent that last election?
No.
There was an investigation done on a former county elected official, and I'd hope that Clerk Hadlock would get the same consideration and support that county official got. So, it's kind of scary how even when the governor said there was nothing there, they're still trying to go after that.
Well put it.
That's all I got.
I don't know.
Well, Mr. Chairman, you got to step up, buddy. Or no M&Ms for me.
Big deal. I hope so.
Yeah.
It must be verbalized.